Hey there, sister. I was recently chatting with a girlfriend and she had said, Roxanne, no one's going to be able to relate to my story. No one's going to be able to connect. And I asked her, what is the worst thing that could happen if you share your story? What is the worst thing that can happen if they get your sad tale? They understand the suck, they understand the struggle. And then you get to share some insights. You get to share some how-to successes, some wins. And that's what I thought it would be a perfect thing also to share with you. Because if we're thinking about this, of how to share your story online so you are connecting and relating with feelings so people get what you're talking about. But people are sometimes too fretful. They're just too worried to share those insights. They're just too, I guess, maybe worried about being vulnerable and letting it kind of all hang out there and tell the whole tale, the whole sob story. And it's not about woe is me. It is about who you're going to be able to empower, who are you going to be able to enlighten, who are you going to be able to encourage to get up one more time, because you're sharing your trials and tribulations that have now turned into wisdoms that can help another person forward and shortcut their success, shortcut their own pains and problems and agonies in life so they can feel better. I mean, isn't that what it's all about, right? Isn't it about helping women feel better within what they're doing within their life? So anyway, I know I kind of really jumped the gun there, but storytelling is a little bit of an art, but women are natural storytellers. So when you're feeling that you can't tell your story, really, we are amazing storytellers. And what we need to do is just focus on a few things. So I want to give you some hacks, okay? Let's start with tip number one when you're sharing your story, okay? Is your first sentence of what you're writing has to be kind of like a headliner of a magazine. It kind of has to grab your attention. It has to make you stop scrolling so you can enjoy the rest of the story, okay? So, and when we think about this, my favorite way to help a new team member share her story online is to use the Disney analogy. Okay, I'm gonna give this to you. The Disney analogy of breaking down your story. So you're gonna share this with your audience on social media, whether it's you're doing a Facebook Live or you're writing out a post. And some of my women, when they get started with me, they're going like, Roxanne, like it could be a long story. And I'm going, yeah, it's supposed to be a little bit of a long story because whoever wins right off the hop. I've never known a woman to blast right out of the gate in network marketing and rocket right out of the gate, because we're just not even taught that, right? We're not even taught how to tie our running shoes by the age of 5. So how are we supposed to run a network marketing business and win, okay? So the right people are going to read your story, okay? That is tip number 2. Don't worry about that part. The right people are you going to read, and they're going to hang on to every word of what you have to share. Okay, so why share the struggle? Why share the struggle? Why share the suck? Why be vulnerable? Why be candid in our storytelling? Is because people can relate to that. We're women, we're touchy-feely creatures, right? We want a good, gossipy, juicy story, right? We want the juicy. So we have to explain the suck and the struggle before we can share the successes, because people can't relate to a woohoo, I just bought a brand new Yukon. It's like, woohoo, I just paid off my mortgage early. They can't always relate to that, but what they can relate to is the suck and the struggle first. You got to tell them what you went through, so then you could pay off your mortgage. You had to tell them all what you went through before you could say, like, I was able to take my kids to an African safari, okay? Tell them the struggles first so they can connect and relate and celebrate with you your successes, okay? So that is tip number 3. Let's get into the Disney analogy. I love using Disney analogies is because we grew up with Disney stories. No matter, where you live in the world, how old you are, kind of like me, maybe watching Disney on Sunday night. That was the day we got to eat like supper on the couch, or sitting on the floor with the pillow, eating our supper. Disney is a big trainer within women's brains that we can tell a story now, okay? Because we've got, let's just use Cinderella as an example, okay? Trying not to get into legal problems here, but Cinderella had a problem, right? Cinderella had a dream. Cinderella had a hope. Cinderella had a problem and some struggle, okay? And she told us the story, of her wicked stepmother and her meanie head sisters. And we could relate to that, right? We could relate to maybe a meanie boss, maybe some meanie coworkers. We could connect and relate to her struggle of what she was trying to express, right? We could connect deeply and feel for Cinderella, okay? So then what comes along? There come along a little bit of hope. Okay, hope began to be planted within us because we connected with her story. So pretty soon a hero shows up, okay? The fairy godmother, okay? The hero shows up, the problem solver, bibbidi bobbidi boo and wave the magic wand and the problems are solved, right? So if we think about this now, segue, we ourselves have had problems, okay? I know when I was deeply stressed and my hair was coming out in handfuls, I could make a bird's nest every time I washed my hair. I was looking for some product that was going to help me with my hair growth because of my extreme stress and anxiety with my sucky, stressful, toxic corporate job. I was looking for a product and collagen was the game changer, okay? So I had a problem. Now I have a solution, okay? So for you, your solution, your hero, your problem solver can sometimes be a product that we're marketing or we're in love with passionately. Maybe it's a training. I know a bunch of my friends are recently catching Eric Worre's live event. So maybe it was an aha moment within a training that we can share that, solve the problems, was that solution. Okay, that was the hero. Or maybe it is like my girlfriend, it is a new business opportunity. Okay, she was looking for something new. She didn't want to try to do markets anymore. She didn't want to do the vendor events. She didn't want to buy the samples. She didn't want to have to even do online events and parties. People are invited daily, hourly to online shopping events. She didn't want to do that anymore. So she was looking for something that is totally online with, like I run with my e-commerce business with social retail. So your product, your training, or your business opportunity obviously is the answer. It's the answer for those problems that she had, okay? So the answer for Cinderella, of course, was the bibbidi bobbidi boo. She has the mice that turn into beautiful silver horses. She's got the pumpkin that turned into the coach, and off she goes to the ball in a beautiful dress, okay? Then adventure happens, okay? Part 3 of that Disney story is that more of suck and struggle happened within the adventure of her being there at the ball, okay? She was there at the ball, and then all of a sudden, before the prince could kiss her, the clock is striking midnight and she has to escape, okay? But there was hope, okay? There was hope because she left the silver slipper there on the stairs, okay? So, and then comes a little bit more of adventure, more struggle, and then eventually, at the end of the fairy tale, everyone lives happily ever after. Just like an amazing woman that showed me collagen and the power of collagen. So, we have that whole convoluted story, and you have a story. You have something of worth, of value that people can connect with. And you also, I bet, have an amazing product, have an amazing business opportunity, have an amazing training or idea of solution to help that woman move forward so she can feel better. Okay, it's up to us to be able to seek to understand. We want to ask them questions so they're sharing their story with you. Okay, their suck, their struggle. You got the solution. You've got the answers for her problems. You can help her with this painful adventure that she's on. It's just a matter of her giving you the story and you asking caring, meaningful questions and really meaning it. That you've taken the $sign off their forehead and you're really seeking to understand, you're really seeking to serve so you can help. Okay? We are helpers. That's what women do. When one woman complains, another woman's there to offer ideas and solutions and getting creative. So we think about that. What's the worst thing that could happen if someone reads your story? They keep on scrolling. The best thing that can happen, someone messages you, someone connects with your story, says, me too. How many times in the world have we had me too feelings? Me too, me too. I have felt that way. I wanted a new business opportunity. I wasn't getting the right training. I wasn't getting the right support. I wasn't getting the right encouragement. I wasn't getting the right something for my success. I know I can win. I know I can figure this out. I figured out everything else in my world. How come I can't figure that out? And I was there too. That's how I felt. I felt there was something wrong with me because I couldn't figure this out. And I just had to figure out that I didn't have the right team. I didn't have the right training. I didn't have the right support. Okay. I was extremely creative, but I wasn't given the right nudges in the right direction of where to apply my creativity. Okay. So those are just some ideas I wanted to share with you guys, because we know that no one can become a champion. No one can become a heroine of their own story without a little bit of fight. Okay, and using that Disney analogy and breaking it down like that, yeah, Cinderella had to fight for the prince. She had to go through a lot of stuff to get to the prince, okay? But it was there. It was there. And I know that the right solutions and sunshine are there for you too, okay? So that's it for tonight. If you guys got some goodness, by all means, smash those emojis. If you know of a woman who has some struggle going on and she's looking for some solutions, would you please do me the kindness, send her my way. Tell her to send me a friend request, hop into Messenger. A discovery call so you can feel better, so she can feel better, is really important to me, okay? That's because this is what I absolutely love to do, is help women to the sunny side of life every single day within this non-mom and pop business opportunity, okay? Mwah! Love you guys. Bye.